The Royal Commission into Trade Union Corruption is focusing on the New South Wales Electrical Trades Union this week, and in particular a loan made to the Labor Party 5 years ago. Here's reporter Anne Barker. Anne, tell us more about this loan.
Ros, you're right. This loan goes back to the late 2010 when $500,000 was lent by the ETU's New South Wales branch to the Labor Party ahead of the 2011 state election. And now it's been said in the Commission today that that was a period where Labor didn't have a huge fighting fund for the election. It was in financial difficulties. And there are a lot of questions about this loan as to whether it was approved in the correct ways in accordance with the ETU's own rules and regulations, and whether in fact it was in the interests of the members because it was such a large loan. In fact, I heard that there was a ruling at the time that there was to be no donation more than $5,000 in any single year to any political party at the time, and obviously $500,000 was massively more than that. There were questions about also the circumstances surrounding the loan, the meetings that were held at the time. Bernie Reardon, the secretary of the ETU's New South Wales branch at the time, claimed that in fact it was discussed at a meeting in December of 2010 and that it was approved and that the loan was above board effectively. But Paul Sinclair, who is the ETU's New South Wales Assistant Secretary, in his witness statement has said that there was absolutely no mention of this loan at the time, and he had no recollection of it ever being raised at that meeting. Now, he also has talked about a falling out with Bernie Reardon, and that perhaps has shed some light on why there is a discrepancy there, but certainly there are a lot of questions about the loan and how it came about.
Now, and is this loan the only thing being scrutinised during these hearings?
No, there has also been talk of the union's own elections at the time. Dean Mile was the Victorian State Secretary at the time. He was standing for a position on the National Executive, and also in 2010 he put it to members, including Paul Sinclair and Bernie Reardon, that he wanted their support. He wanted the New South Wales branch's support for that election, for his standing for that seat. And if that was not forthcoming, that there would be open warfare. In fact, it wasn't forthcoming. Those executives didn't support his candidacy for the national position, and as a result he launched legal action against 3 executives in court, suggesting that hundreds of thousands of dollars that they'd been paid in fees and stipends for sitting on various industrial boards shouldn't have been pocketed by them. It should have been returned to the members. We're talking about $1.8 million, for example, that was apparently paid to Bernie Reardon, and $900,000 that was apparently paid to Paul Sinclair. Now, that legal action in fact was withdrawn sort of unexpectedly, so there are now questions about whether these people did owe that money back to the members, and if so, why was the legal action withdrawn? If they didn't owe the money at all, then why was the legal action begun in the first place? So a lot of questions there as well.
Thanks, Anne.